All right, everyone, welcome to our Tuesday night meeting. It is October 18th, 2022. I am completely in shock that it is October, but that is okay. We are going to have a relatively fast meeting tonight because Zoom is going to kick us off about 8:35 my time. And so we are just going to roll through. I'm sure no one will be all that sad about the idea of that. That gives you a little time in your night. Kelly's not with us, and I can't for the life of me remember why she's not with us tonight, but I know she has a conflict. Lori probably knows.
She went to see Chris Rock.
There you go. Okay. She had a conflict like every night this week. We kept trying to figure out if we should move the meeting. And finally she's like, why don't you just host it? She was definitely like wanting to come on and talk about all the things at leadership. And she did a live in the team page. It's about 30 minutes. If you have not watched it yet, please go watch that so you can know the things that are going on. The big thing though that I think you probably have gotten so far is that the energy is electric around the changes that Beachbody, now Body, well, not now, but eventually will be called Body, has made. The entire everyone from leadership just came out so optimistic. And there's lots of big changes that actually are very motivating, I feel like, for people at all the levels of their business, which is just fantastic. But the big thing that Kelly realized, because she was like, I can't believe I can't be on the team call. And then she realized none of these changes really go into effect right away. It's just news you can use right now, right? And as things start to roll out, we will have team trainings and we will make sure that everyone's on board. For now, the most important thing is to go ahead and watch her 30-minute video that she did, where she communicated a fair amount of the changes that are going to be happening. Okay. For tonight, I really wanted to have an opportunity. Well, first, let me say what Kelly wanted us to talk about. So we will kind of get to there in a roundabout way. In a Laura way, we're going to get to what Kelly wanted. So what Kelly and I had talked about having on this call was the idea of finishing strong, finishing the year strong, finishing the month strong, finishing everything strong. So often it is like this, it's very easy for us to say that this time of year is overwhelming, stressful, there's too much going on, people don't care about their health, whatever. It's very easy for us to say that either because of our experiences in what we're doing right now, or because of our defensives, right? Like our brains are designed to protect us. Our brains will tell us something to make us feel good about whatever is going on. And so if you are in that mindset at all, this call is designed to hopefully help you pull back from that and remember just how freaking lucky we are and awesome we are to have the job that we have. And so the goal of this whole call, along with the finishing strong concept, is that for us to be able to do the work that we need to do, we have to show up in a way that gets other people to want what she has. Like, it's the Harry met Sally scene, do you guys know, where she like fakes the orgasm at the restaurant, and then the lady at the table next door is like, I'll have what she's having. Like, we need to fake orgasms. Okay, no, we don't need to do that. We need what we need to do though is we need to really show the joy of this journey. And you know what? I've been in a season where I have not always been doing that very, very well, but I want to, right? And so I was like, man, I'm leaving it on the table if I'm not talking about the joy, because our energies are completely contagious. And it is fine for us to also share like the honest, like the struggle or whatever that you're having. But at the end of the day, where you are with Beachbody and where you are on your journey, you are inviting people to join you And people want to be where people feel good, feel happy, feel like there's something there that's giving them energy. If you take yourself back to wherever you started this, I guarantee there was an energy that drew you in. And so my challenge to you on this call, and we're going to kind of go a few directions with this, but my challenge to you is to really be thinking about, how can I show this joy? How can I articulate this joy? How can I replicate this joy so that that is what others are able to see in me when I show up in the ways I show up? Because the truth of the matter is, people are not with you all day long. They don't see your whole day from start to finish unless you're really freaking good at your story. So they only see what you post, what you choose to share. And if you have, if you've done 2 stories today and 1 post about how nutrition is hard for you, that's what you put into the world. That's what they saw. And it doesn't mean that it's not honest and authentic, but are you showing the joy that this journey brings you? And so that's really the challenge. And so the first thing I want you to do, you can either get your notes section on your phone or paper and pencil, but I want us to think about, what is the joy in your journey? So I'm going to give about, just a minute or two. If you could, when you're done finding joy, or when you're done finding joy, when you're done listing out what you're joyful about, just put in the comments done, or unmute and say done. It can be your health journey, but I also want you to think about your team. Your team. That's this team, but that's also your team. If you have coaches under you or potential coaches, what is your joy in your challenge group? What is the joy right now? And just go nuts. List some things that are joyful about your journey. All right, you got about 1 more minute. Then I'm cutting you off from all your joyfulness. All right, ladies. So here's what we're gonna do. You know the drill. When it's Laura time, we're gonna share something, right? Because that's what I like to do. Because that there is gonna be a time component, I want you to kind of share sort of fast, right? But I'd love to do a whip around about what's giving you some joy and why. I will start with me. I am so freaking psyched about my nutrition right now, and not because my nutrition is on point, but because I finally feel like I am making progress on some of my mental blocks that have been holding me back. The PD book that I read, called Brain Over Binge, that is by a binge eater, is like, it was groundbreaking, earth shattering, changed my life. I don't know how I got so lucky to have stumbled upon this. And I feel like I have opened a new chapter to my life. And I don't know that it means I'm gonna hit every goal I have, but I know it unlocked a new level and I'm freaking stoked. So that's what's giving me so much joy in my journey. Who would like to go next? Just unmute.
I can go. Right now, what's bringing me joy is just the mindset and the positivity in our group and the challengers that are posting and sharing their non-scale victories, even more than I finished this program, I finished that program, I'm lifting this, lifting that. It's the non-scale victories that have just really brought me joy, especially right now when I do feel overwhelmed. The positive mindset and the energy and the fire from everyone is just keeping me out of that pit, is the best way I know how to describe it. When I get overwhelmed, I seem to like crawl in a hole and unplug from everything. But it's what's helping me keep my attitude positive and just staying completely mindful of where I'm allowing my mind to go in this time right now.
I'm enjoying growing in self-confidence and seeing my vision come to fruition, because if I'm real, I actually hit a few things on my vision board from last year without even realizing it. Travel and letting Vivi go to camps over the summer. I did both of those. So it was like, that was an aha moment I had last week. It's taken me 10 months to see it, that it's actually going to happen. So just being able, that self-confidence and growing, seeing my vision is just, it's fueling my fire.
I'll go next. So one of mine is like I've been finding joy in trying different foods and new recipes, and I'm kicking butt with my Taco Tuesdays. Every Tuesday I've been having like a different taco recipe and been sharing about it, and I don't know, it just brings me joy. I didn't really realize I like tacos so much, but I guess I do.
Okay, I'll go. The two things that I have noticed as of late are food freedom and finding the fun in fitness again. I tend to have been this yo-yo fad dieter. I'll buy the pill, I'll buy the tea, I'll do all the quick fixes, and was notorious for, I binged on the weekend, I'm gonna punish myself Monday through Friday to make up for that. So just finding freedom in my nutrition and my food choices has been a game changer for me.
Okay, I'll go next. So something that's definitely bringing me joy right now is just being an example for my family, especially like my sister, who I talked to Laura when I was first started coaching, and she didn't want anything to do with the Beachbody or with nutrition. And then she was curious about what it was, and now she is totally rocking it, and she's like on fire and wants to keep on going and losing the weight. You know, this is a girl that went from wanting to get a tummy tuck and get like stapled surgery for her stomach because she was so done with like all the other so-called diets, to now like really kicking ass and just putting her effort. So that's totally.
I'll go. I have quite a list because I'm older and I'm more mature than some of you guys. So my list is a little longer. But because I want to be respectful of our time, I'm going to go. One huge thing that brings me joy is my fellow senior teammate, Sandy. And I wish she was on the call, but she's not. Because watching her grow, watching her change, and watching her dig deep is so inspiring. And the other thing is that just slowly building my team and having people reach out to me, and the population that I have, they don't like social media, so they don't like to post, they don't like to share, but they text me, they send me messages, and it's just so heartfelt to know that by me doing what I've done, it's making a difference in people's lives, just like what Evelyn said. There's people that say no, but they're watching, and they'll get on board when they're good and ready.
I'll go.
And if you didn't know, I'm the crier of the group. I make up for Kelly.
So I would say that right now, as I've been trying to get better about connecting and re-engaging, I've just really found joy in kind of reigniting some of the friendships that I've had that maybe I haven't talked to these people in a long time, like, high school friends or, just people from my past that I'm friends with them on Facebook, but, we don't really talk, but, just reaching out to them and seeing what they're doing and saying, you know, oh, that looks really, that looks really great. Or I can't believe you just had a baby, just reaching out, engaging with them about their life has really been, just brought me a lot of joy. So.
All right. Is there anyone else who was wanting to share? Okay. I know there's that awkward, like, people are waiting for people to unmute. So I have to check for that. Okay, so that was amazing. That was freaking amazing. There is so much joy. And I don't know about you guys, I have a whole list. Like, I didn't write one thing. I had a whole list of things that are bringing me joy with this journey. And listening to you guys makes me want to add more. And I actually stole Merritt's word of freedom, food freedom, because I feel like I'd love to talk to Merritt more privately about what's going on with her, but sounds like we're in similar vibes on some of this nutrition stuff. So, okay, the next part. So we're not going to lose our joy. Please don't lose your joy when I make you do this next part. Okay, like Pinky promise that you're not going to lose your joy. Okay, you got to go to your social media, scroll through your last few posts or your story today, and just evaluate yourself, not in a critical, not critical. Like, no one, Kelly didn't wake up this morning and challenge everyone to post about joy. Okay. So this isn't meant to be critical. It's meant to be, look at the message you're sending. And is it showing that joy? Is it showing a desire to join you? Is it the vibe that you're wanting to put out? And it's okay if the answer is no. That's fine. You can analyze, well, what is the vibe I'm putting out right now? And just kind of do a little 1 minute, 2 minute scroll through real fast, go through your story real quick. What is your vibe right now that you're doing? Okay, go for it. All right. Hopefully that was enough time to just do a quick survey, right? So I'd love to hear from anyone who wants to share. What did you just see? What did you just see? What did you think? It can be that I think I'm killing it. It can be that, oh, I didn't know I was saying this so much, or this was like whatever you just saw, or like, oh, well, I did this really well, but I wish I would have this as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like it can go any direction. I'm not looking for a harsh like critique of yourself or anything like that. I'm just curious, like what did you see when you did that real quick?
Okay, I'm gonna go. Because here's what I have figured out is that a lot of what I post, and I don't even think I was doing it consciously, is yes, you have the time, keep going. I'm releasing negative and inviting peace. And like one of my last reels was like, I'm over here doing the best I can, 80-20, you know, like I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for progress. So it's a lot about I feel, well, I don't know, maybe just showing up as you are and starting where you are and doing what you can and just keep going. Don't quit.
Right. And does that align with the joy you're wanting to put out?
I would like to show a little bit more fun, I
Okay.
think. I mean, for me, it was always that's where I lacked. I lacked consistency and I lacked you guys. And that's why I wasn't successful. And so, because I was doing it by myself, right? And you can't, things are not fun when you're doing it alone. And so, but I don't talk really about how much fun I'm having. So maybe I just need to talk more about that. But yes, consistency, keep going, and just, you know, start where you are and do what you can is really kind of my motto. Like it doesn't have to look perfect and you don't have to be perfect. You just have to start, right? And just work it out. So I would say I'm about 80% of where I want to be.
Cool. Thank you. Would someone else like to share what they saw in their quick? Oh, we got 10 minutes. See, this is where you know it's going to be short, guys.
I think that I show a lot of happiness and joy in my every single day, and how I believe in myself and I believe in others, and that it doesn't matter how old you are, you just have to start wherever you're at. So are there things that I can perfect? You bet. And I learn and grow every day by watching all of you. So I'm a sponge, and it just keep going, what Merritt said.
Nice.
I think in mine, like my posts, I feel like I do a lot of joy and I try to keep it lighthearted and empowering. But when I watch my stories, it's like I do really good with my workouts, but the whole rest of the day, I'm one of those, I got 2 stories in because I was so busy. And so I struggle with like knowing how to show how busy my day is, and yet I'm still able to get, you know, the important stuff done, and yet it not be something that people are going to like swipe past the whole thing because it's so freaking boring. So I'm in between.
Okay, cool, cool. Does anyone else want to share? Katie, do you just think I'm staring at you the whole time when I stare at the screen? I just see Katie as the kid in class who's like, don't call me on me. Please don't have her call on me. All right. I'm not gonna make anyone else share. That's totally fine. Was there anyone who wanted to though, and you didn't get a chance? Okay. So you just took away something from that, right? Like, I'll be honest, my social media was actually better than I expected it to be in some ways. I I am pretty harsh on myself up here about what I'm doing on social media. Like, like I'm pretty judgy. Not necessarily about what I actually do, what you guys see, but like all the missed opportunities and the things that I didn't post, or the day that I missed, or the days that I missed, or what, like it's a lot of that. And so it's kind of nice to see, okay, that's if someone stalks me, that's what they're gonna see. And I do think that's good, right? So like it's not meant to be, this activity is really meant for you to get a sense of what you're putting out there, right? And it might align and it might not align with what you want, and both are fine, because as Lori was saying, we're always learning and growing, right? And so if I bring this back to where I said Kelly and I originally wanted this to go, it's really this idea of what are you inviting to? What are you inviting to right now? And is what you're putting out aligning with what you're inviting to? Is what you're putting out supporting those conversations that you're having behind the scenes, right? Like, is there alignment there? For instance, mine right now, you guys saw it in the SC thread. If you happen to see the day I posted it, I'm inviting specifically to the to be mindset. My intention is to do the to be mindset, and that is what I'm inviting to. And it's like very directed. It's not towards a generic program. But that also aligns because I'm freaking learning a lot about nutrition and myself right now, and it's a passion, right? So like, I saw Amy Carroll, and I know she's not on here, but I saw her post in our group where she's like, I actually look forward to working out, right? Like, that's a huge statement. That's a really big statement. Particularly, Amy reminds me of me. She was like, she doesn't seem like she was someone who was into fitness. And so like her energy towards that can be really passionate in her invites. And so I want you to really think about, what are you actually inviting to right now? Right? And does it align with where your joy is? Because if your joy is somewhere other than what you're trying to send in messages, all of that gets felt, all of it. And I don't know how it gets felt, because it's really weird to me, because it's just in written form. And so like, it's almost like, how does that get felt? But it really does get felt. And remember, people, when they're thinking about joining you, you know, there's a percentage of people who are going to go look you up, right? They're going to go see what you're about. And so you want that alignment. You want the joy to show in what you're saying. You want them to see that in getting to do what you do is just fun and awesome and enjoyable and life-changing, right? But you don't want it to just be like necessarily just Beachbody. The more you can get it down to where your joy is, and you're really getting people on board with not Beachbody, but with you, that's where some really cool things can happen. And one of the things that Kelly and I have talked about, and will continue to talk about, is how this team is so connected to each other and we do so much together, but sometimes it's to the detriment of the individual. And we are individuals who are on very different journeys, like I just read a binge eating book. I do not believe everyone on this call believes that they have some binge eating problems, right? Like I like, that's kind of niche down where I'm at with that specific journey. And so the more you can really invite people to join you, I mean, they'll get exposure to our team and how awesome we all are, but you're that person that's going to help be the catalyst for them to find the joy that we find. And so I really want you to think about it. In terms of our team right now, I don't believe we have any of us in Success Club currently, but I believe every one of us can be in Success Club. Every one of us. And I hope that you know that's true in your heart too. Because I don't question that. I know Kelly doesn't question that. Each of you individually are absolutely freaking incredible. And the gifts that you have to offer others blow my mind. Like, I don't know how I got so lucky to be surrounded with women who are just this impactful, empathetic, positive. And when I think about that potential, it really blows my mind. And so I don't want to talk about Success Club as Success Club. I want to talk about and remind you that you're incredible. You're the magic. Like, you're going to get people started and you're going to help people. And to get there, it's going to take invites, and it's going to take no's, and it's going to take some inviting someone that you feel a little uncomfortable about or whatever, or it's going to take all that. But the truth of the matter is that you guys are incredible. I don't think a single person lands on this team by accident. And whatever journey you've been on, whether you're crushing 2022, or you have felt like you have struggled, or you're in your head, or you're like, maybe I should quit coaching, this isn't for me, wherever you are in that continuum, you're not here by accident. And you have amazing, amazing, amazing ability to help people. And I just can't encourage you enough to use that ability. But it starts with you taking action, and sometimes that action is scared. And so use your gifts, use your joy, go out there and change some lives. And we got less than a minute, so that's your inspiration. Oh, take a picture quick. We got less than a minute. Lori, we're on a time. Marathon it. Smile, everyone. All right, ladies, I love you. Thank you so much. And go be joyful. Bye.